Youth, the Jazz Ensemble, and man, have we got a program for you tonight. We're going to get things started with Les Brown. Les Brown on three. 1, 2, 3.
Les Brown!
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the memory. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. Original arrangement of Thanks for the Memory. Of course, Bob Hope's theme song, and Bob Hope had a great long association with Les Brown and the Band of Renown. We like Les Brown on this band, which I really like introducing the next generation of these great big band musicians. There's so much talent in our orchestra, and I'm going to introduce most of them, if not all of them, in the next few tunes. We try to always give everybody a solo. But of course, the thing we really want to do at this, our final concert of our ensemble for the year, is to feature our seniors. And they are so talented. And I'd like to bring one of them up right now, who has been literally with me, with the band, since we started in the fall of, when was it? 2015?
Something like that.
So I started the band, and this guy auditioned on trumpet, and no offense, he couldn't really play too well. And then over the next few years, he got better and better and better, and he's one of the finest trumpet players. In fact, he is, the best trumpet player in Massachusetts, lead trumpet in the All-State Jazz Ensemble. Please welcome Mr. Colin O'Toole. Now, it's a very appropriate tune to feature him on. In the fall, if you came to how many people came to our show in the fall? We featured, oh wow, beautiful, you came back. We featured Colin on Clyde McCoy tune, right? Sugar Lips, which was, no, what am I saying? Sugar Blues. Hot Lips is the other, okay, anyway, Sugar Blues in the fall. Oh, what year was it? So, 1938, that's right. So we kind of like to celebrate these lesser known trumpet players. But this guy, Henry Bussey, was really popular back in his day. And I think he kind of looks a little bit like Cohen. But this is a really unique style, and this band plays it so well. It's this antiquated shuffle rhythm that they just really zero in on this rhythm section. They're killing it. And this is called He's Just a Horn Tootin' Fool. One more time. Don't worry, we'll hear more from him in a little bit. Hey, Colin, I should have asked you while you're up here. I'm going to ask all of the seniors what their plans are next year. I would embarrass them thoroughly. What's your plan next year, Ziggy?
I'm going to go to McGill for jazz trumpet performance.
Oh, McGill for jazz trumpet performance. Fantastic. McGill just gained a really wonderful musician. You're not going to use this, right? Yes? No? Okay. Our next senior I'd like to introduce. I'll introduce her in a moment. But the music of Duke Ellington is so important to jazz musicians and American musicians and musicians all over the world. In fact, everybody all over the world. And you really can't play a program without the music of Duke Ellington. We celebrated his birthday 2 days ago, so this is appropriate. This is one of my very favorite tunes that he wrote. How can you pick a favorite? But this one is just gorgeous. And it's a baritone saxophone feature, and it's about time that we feature our multi-instrumentalist. How many instruments do you play, Leah? 7 instruments. Oh, clarinet, alto saxophone, all this stuff. And I remember she auditioned. I said, "Hey, how do you feel about playing Barry?" She's like, "Okay." Which is great. Leah Kagan, ladies and gentlemen. And here is Duke Ellington's Prelude to a Kiss. Leah Kagan, ladies and gentlemen. So, Miss Leah, what is your plan next year?
I'll be attending UMass Amherst and studying biomedical engineering.
Amazing. Biomedical engineering. I hope you're playing a little bit too. Okay. Oh, love it. Okay, now, this next one is one for all you TV fans out there. You got any television fans out there? Now, television in the 50s anyway. There's a lot of really great theme songs, right? But, you know, looking for different styles of music and everything and things that would be entertaining for you, the audience, and us, the musicians. This one came to mind. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is Sophie's suggestion. Is that true? Oh, it's all your fault. So, senior Sophie Harlow has picked this tune out. And do you have a solo on this one? Well, that's by design, right? You didn't want a solo. Don't worry, she's got a solo coming up. But she picked this out, and I was so glad. As soon as you said it, I was like, oh man, we got to do it. So this is the theme music to I Love Lucy. And what you may not know, or maybe you do, Desi Arnaz, Ricky Ricardo, right? He had a really, really great dance band in the 40s. He fought World War II, he came here as a Cuban immigrant, and Xavier Cugat was kind of giving up his band for a little bit of time, and basically just handed Desi the baton. And he hadn't ever led a band before, and he was really a fantastic dance band leader. He could have just continued doing that were it not for the incredibly popular television show, and of course Desi Productions and all that stuff. But we're going to celebrate some really great Cuban music, the music of Desi Arnaz, and here is I Love Lucy, along with some auxiliary percussion, which will be added, and some wonderful soloists. Look out. Great tune, isn't it? I'm going to ask for our auxiliary percussionists. That's Ronnie Pataki on the claves, no, on the maracas, on the children's maracas, and then Ben Kahn is on the claves. And thank you to the Harlow family for bringing some of that wonderful percussion stuff. How about a hand for our soloists? You heard from, let's see, Tanner was first. Tanner? No crowd surfing yet. John was on the tenor saxophone. You'll hear more of him on this next one. And then you heard from Ziggy back there on the trumpet. And Olaf Minnick on the guitar. It's nice of him to match the guitar to the Worcester Youth colors. That's thematically appropriate. Okay, now this next one is going to be a drum feature, and it's about time to feature the drummer, I think. Now, Mr. Porcelli back there has been a member of Worcester Youth since 8th grade, is that true? 7th grade, around 7th grade. It's a long time. And the Porcelli family has meant so much to our organization, and the ensembles would not be the same without you, my friend. So, man. So, it's really cool. He picked this tune out, and I was like, man, I don't think we can find this chart. I don't think so. So I'm looking around, and I figure, okay, maybe I can write something. And so I wrote to the actual arranger who's passed away within recent years, but the estate was super nice, and I was like, hey, I really want this arrangement for my high school ensemble, and they were like, oh, sure, no problem, here it is. Really cool. So sometimes it's worth reaching out. So once again, a great accolade to the entire ensemble here is that they're not playing watered down arrangements or anything like that. This is the real. In fact, you guys want to hold up the part. It's a photocopy, but that's the actual hand copied arrangements for this album, Sinatra Land, by great Patrick Williams. So they're all hand copied and all that stuff. So they had to get used to reading that in the shorthand and things like that. And most people have like 5 pages. It's good. Now some people tape their parts. Very good. Dan Gable Institute of Music teaches you how to tape parts. Anyway, this is, I was not familiar with this arrangement. When Dominic brought it up, I fell in love with it and the whole album, actually. This guy, Patrick Williams, really brilliant arranger from an album called Sinatra Land. He wrote a lot of arrangements for Frank Sinatra. And each musician plays the part of Frank Sinatra, but there's no vocals. And on this one, if you can even believe it, the drummer plays the part of Frank Sinatra. It's very cool. And this is Cole Porter's In the Still of the Night, arranged by Patrick Williams, featuring senior Dominic Porcelli. And the part of Peter Erskine, one of the great drummers of all time. Could you hear the Frank Sinatra phrasing? How about a hand for this band? Beautiful, guys. So Dominic, what are your plans next year, my friend?
Boston University for percussion performance.
Boston University for percussion performance. Yes, indeed. Now, as I mentioned, we have a lot of seniors, which is a little tough on a guy like me, because we're seeing them leave. But I'll tell you what, we had a couple weeks at rehearsal where the seniors were absent. For some reason, there was like 3 of them missing, and those underclassmen step up, and they really sound great. And that's why a band like this sounds so good. It's the young hearts. Yeah, absolutely. Now, saxophones, I think there were 4 of you that are seniors. Now, that's just too many. We have Leah, we have Sophie, we have, say hello to Alex down there. Alex, stand up. You should stand up. And on the alto saxophone, Mario Calvino. So we'll play this, and then I'll ask you guys about your plans. But it said, okay, how are we going to feature all of these saxophone players? And the brass just as blow their brains out on that last chart. So we're going to give the brass a rest. That's right. Yeah, see, look at that. Yeah? That's why we give the trumpets chairs. Don't expect to be paid for this one, though. There's a lot of really great saxophone features, but this was a request, I think, because Sophie done this before. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Really? In this band? In another band, too? Oh, okay, just this one. I was going to say, I was going to get jealous. That's the only band that plays this chart. This is a really great feature for the saxophones, and all of them, senior or not, have risen to the occasion once again. This is the original arrangement from Stan Kenton's library, and he wrote this to feature his saxophone section. I should mention that 2 of those guys, Bob Gioga, the baritone player, and the great Boots Mazzulli, who came from Milford, Mass., were both on Kenton's band, and just it's a neat New England connection. So to feature our seniors and the whole wonderful reed section, here is Stan Kenton's Opus in Pastels. So I'm going to, we already met Leah. Now Miss Sophie Harlow has been on the band for almost since the beginning. It's at least 4 years, right? It's amazing. What's your plan next year?
I'm taking a gap year.
And you're going to?
Just work, volunteer, travel, hopefully.
Very cool. Let's give her a hand. Amazing. Sophie has the distinction of being the resident clarinet soloist as well, and if you heard our Christmas concert, she played a really great solo on Jingle Bells. I didn't make you play clarinet this time. That's because I like it, because you were graduating. Now, Mario Paldino has been a part of Worcester Youth for a couple of years.
My second.
This is your second year, but he's been a part of Cable Music Productions for 4 years. Yeah. What's your plan next year, my friend?
Next year I'm going to UMass Amherst and I'm doing the exploratory track in the Humanities and Fine Arts.
Amazing. Give a round of applause. Yeah, man. Very nice. Okay. And we have Alex Wang, who is also a senior. He had hiatus. You're on the band in 2019? 2018? That's right. He's been in various Worcester Youth groups. What's your plan next year, my friend?
I'm planning to major in computer science at Cornell University.
Cornell. Congratulations. And I just want to acknowledge the entire Reed section here. We have John and Alex and Miles and Akshat and Mario and Sophie and Leah. One more time. Okay. Now, this next one, once again, is going to feature our 3 senior tenor players. They reminded me in the sound check that was the plan all along. Thank you. There's a lot of music going on up in here. But once again, it's a real pleasure to bring these actual arrangements. And is Paul Corshane here tonight? I don't know if Paul was able to make it. But I want to acknowledge my very dear friend and colleague, Paul Corshane, who in my hiatus, my absence, my what did Jonathan call it? Sabbatical? I'm so grateful that these guys were patient enough and understanding enough to allow me to go out and do a tour. And Paul came in and seamlessly worked with everybody. And let's give Paul a round of applause. If you ever get a chance to check out Paul Corshane, he works in the area. He's a really tremendous guitar player, fabulous musician, and he's an all-around nice guy, too. So this tune is something we played literally every night on the Glenn Miller Orchestra, and I was telling the guys, man, I want you to hear this group, because the Glenn Miller Orchestra might be good, but these guys, they're really good too. Here's Glenn Miller's St. Louis Blues March. Make them on one list. All right. about our three dueling tenors, John, Alex, and Sophie? Take it on. They also then played the original solos, played by Peanuts Hucko. Did you know that? That's right, he played that. I would like to acknowledge our wonderful trombone section, who I'm back there playing just third trombone. Those high notes you hear, those are all Tanner back there. I'm going to have Tanner and Lauren, who is playing the second trombone and also plays principal trombone in the orchestra, which is amazing. You smile, you sound great. And on that last one, you heard Ronnie Pataky on the trumpet. I can all acknowledge our entire trumpet section, who had that huge pyramid and a bunch of high unison A's on there, down there. That's Julius and also Ben, making it happen in our wonderful trumpet section. I want to acknowledge our entire rhythm section. You heard some great guitar playing by Olaf Minnick one more time. And our bass player making it all happen, that's Tyler Raffa. Playing the part of Ray McKinley, who was known then as Sergeant Ray McKinley, that's Dominic Porcelli. We'll fix that in a moment. You got a wiener. Okay, it's fine. It's a vintage kit. And also on the piano, Henry Baldock is playing, and you're going to hear him featured on this next one right time. Did I announce everybody's name? That's important. Make sure I get everybody's name. It's great. Try to feature everybody. It's a big band, It's great. So we have one more tune, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the wonderful board of directors of the Worcester Youth Orchestras. Throughout the pandemic, we kept it going when so many places were closed down. It's absolutely remarkable what we were able to achieve. These guys being so patient through masks and playing masks and bell covers and Zoom sessions and coming back in person slowly and slowly, and then taking the masks off. It's such a pleasure. So thank you to everybody in the Worcester Youth Organization. Let's give them a round. They really are that family. Again, Jonathan and Christine, they do so much. And I would like to also acknowledge, he's out there somewhere. Luke's got to be here. There he is. Luke is helping me out today and does the Baroque Orchestra. And all of our technology stuff. And thank you, Luke. And last but certainly not least is to the parents, the guardians, the families that support these incredible musicians, the hours of practice, the money you spend on private lessons, and the hours of driving and blah, blah, blah. I hope you see that it's all worth it because these guys play so well. Thank you. Speaking of, we do hope you'll join us in 2 weeks, Sunday at Mechanics Hall. It's our final gala. You'll get to hear all of the wonderful groups that we have, the Symphony Orchestra, the Wind Ensemble, and the Philharmonic Orchestra, and the Jazz Combo, and the Jazz Ensemble, and there's probably other groups in there, the String Ensemble. What am I missing, Luke? The Baroque Ensemble, thank you. We just heard the Brass Quintet this week. They played brilliantly. We have 2 members there. Bravo, guys. Auxiliary percussion. A lot of really great music happening. So thank you so much. Our final tune is pretty much sums it up. You can't do a concert without Count Basie. And man, this thing swings. This is called Whirly Bird, and I think you'll see what he was talking about. Look out. Dual tenors one more time, that's John and Sophie. Henry on the piano. Dominic on the drums. Woo! Colin Ziggy on the lead trumpet right there. Woo! One more time, the Worcester Youth Jazz Ensemble. Thank you. We love it. Come back and see us. You ain't heard nothing yet. Come back and see us in 2 weeks. Hey, I have a request. If you got videos and stuff today, if you wouldn't mind sending that to me, gablemusic@gmail.com. Oh God, they all have my email. Please don't sign me up for a bunch of spam. No. I just, it's great to have those, and then I'll pass them along to Jonathan. Oh, I see, Percelli family's got the whole.
She's got the whole.
That's it. Thank you. So
No problem.
that would be great, and for anybody who couldn't make it out today, then they get to see this wonderful ensemble. One more time. Yeah, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. If you're driving home, drive home carefully. If you're walking home, walk home carefully. And we'll see you again real soon. Good night.